All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do a G.I. Joe, a real American hero, issue number 306 from Image Comics. Yes, I really like the reboot of the G.I. Joe since G.I. Joe took over the IP. The Image took over the IP, Image Skyman, I must say, from IDW. This is really what I want in comics. You know, mature, fun, action-packed storylines. This is covered by Kubert. I believe it wasn't Andy Kubert, not yeah. And but this is a comic with that. Well, it goes from place to place to place to place. So a little bit too dense. I mean, you can follow the story, but I wish it was a little bit less from place to place to place to place to place. I'm gonna explain. So we start here. Zartan is being followed by a missile. Also, it's Paul Pelletier. I always say Pelletier, like French, but I know I don't know why I said, but it's always in my mind. And I'm happy that he's still doing comic books, mostly because of every time he is being called up for doing books, it's mostly filler or replacement or a series that ends, you know. I think that's a shame because his art is very good. So happy to see his art being showcasing here. Anyway, so Zartan decides that, you know, his life is more important than the speeders. So he jumps off and saving his life in the process, like the explosion and the sound effect here. So he says, "Who wants to kill me?" So he picking up some debris and he says, "Mars. That's Destro's company, but it doesn't track." Now, forgive me if I do not know all these affiliations between all of these factions and who is sided with who. I'm a newbie, right? I'm still learning who the good and the well, I know who the bad guys are, but you know, that seems that there was something in between as well. Anyway, so here on Zombie Island, also known as Cobra Island, it seems Serpentor Khan and Dr. Mindbender are responsible for, you know, the missile, but they are worried that the missile has not killed Zartan. But Dr. Mindbender says, well, probably the blast would kill him. But yeah, who knows? So Serpentor Khan is now overseeing the thank you, the making of the cyborgs, because he's working together with Revenge, who is also another bad guy, I guess. And so their combined efforts, you know, turning soldiers into enhanced cyborgs. So yeah. Meanwhile, he says, "Televiper, are we still getting a clear signal from the ZARTAN'S simulacrum? That one. Simulacrum. We have ventured into Destro's castle." So yeah, there is a fake Destro, but fake Zartan into having some communications with Destro and the Baroness. So he says, Serpentor Khan now controls Cobra Island and an army of mutated Cobra troopers and casino guests. And Cobra Commander is hunkered down in Springfield, plotting his revenge against Serpentor Khan. Serpentor has an army, but no fleet or an air armada to project that force outside Cobra Island. This is an opportunity to strike Cobra Commander in Springfield while his attention and efforts are directed at Serpentor. If you were to join forces with my Dreadnoks, we could catch Cobra Commander unawares, and Springfield will be ours. But Destro says, well, I need to think about that because I need to verify those claims, right? But then the soldier says, hey, security ran a passive scanner on your guests. It appears to be a cyborg. Tech analysts believe it's to be of Revenge manufacture. All right. So, but then Baroness wants to destroy him. But Destro says, this is opportunity to feed Serpentor disinformation. So he shakes the hand of this cyborg. He says, I'm certain we shall have a very productive and cordial relationship. Meanwhile, we go to somewhere else and we see, I believe this is Snake Eyes, right? Yeah. So he has, combat training simulation here. And I like the action. My knowledge about these characters is zero to none, so I'm still learning who these guys are, what their backgrounds are, and what their characters are, right? And so it seems that for me, this guy is a very high, how do you say, well trained, high level soldier. Um, yeah, it looks great, and he has some kind of a what is it, grenade launcher, and yeah. So this is Scarlett, then I believe these are lovers. Help me out, yeah. And so she is, I don't know, talking to him about maybe replacing the old Uzi to somewhere else, and she is telling him what kind of weapons that he can use, and I like that, but I wish we could also see stuff like this, because she's talking about a Dotunaki katana and a, how do you say, J.D. Smith Persian fighting dagger. That means nothing to me, but I like to see that, give me a little bit visual feedback and information about the weapons. So yeah, and then we go to somewhere else again, like Springfield, and it seems that these are Dawn's parents that are working for, if I remember correctly, working for not the Pentagon, but I'm blanking Cobra Commander, right? And he says, hey, where are you going? And why are you packed? And she says, well, we're going to my sister in Phoenix, and she's got Alzheimer's. Does this trip have anything to do with the recent visit from your daughter, Dawn? How do they know that? Right? And then he says, Dawn, we haven't seen her in 2 years. That's a lie. So then, I don't know. What is this, Python Patrol or Cobra Patrol? Are you needing backup officers with this giant cannon thing? And he says, wait, I have a letter from my sister-in-law's doctor. She's going for a weapon! and they're shooting at her. I mean, how would they get out of here? I mean, is this bulletproof? And we have this cannon thing here next to them. How do they get out? Right? And I always thought that people that work for Cobra are basically bad guys, but it seems that they're just normal people that wants to have a job somehow. So yeah, there's a little mystery going on. Meanwhile, we're going to Revenge Facility in Baton Rouge, and it seems that what's his name? This creature called Alpha 001 is checking on how the production of the zombies turn into cyborgs is going. But it seems that there is some kind of a robot missing. And so this soldier that is also partially transformed because of the bomb that went off and turned them into unholy creatures, said, hey, maybe there's a glitch in the CPU or something. But then another, I believe, cyborg/robot comes in and he says, the results from the intensive scan of a sample finished cyborg from the Baton Rouge facility has come in. They found a secret chip that overrides all the hidden controls that link to the cyborgs to Revenge. We have hijacked the latest shipment of the chips from Cobra Island, and we'll replace them with ones that seem to be doing Cobra's bidding, but still has a backdoor to Revenge. All right, some double crossing going here. I like that a lot. But then we go somewhere else. I don't know, the Gulf of Mexico. So this is, I believe, where Cobra Island is lying. Is that how you say it? But there's an island here. And we see, I believe these are Joes. And they are jumping out information. I like that a lot. Nice visuals. And there's some kind of a canister. So they are jumping into the water. And there's some, I don't know, some inflatable boat coming out called the Zodiac. And yeah, just so they are secretly going onto the island to do, well, I don't know what. So these are other people that I don't know, but I know the names from the action figures, which is really cool. Like I said, I have my only action figure from G.I. Joe. I plan to get more. This is a Python Patrol. I like the visuals a lot, which has nothing to do with this whole comic, but I only know the names of because of the action figures, right? So we have Wetsuit, Muskrat, Helix, and Molto. And they're covering their tracks. And yeah, so they have a mission. While, I don't know, Cobras are patrolling the island, I guess. I don't know what the mission is, but we're going to find out sooner or later. And then we go to the Bajou, where the real Zartan is, meeting up with the Dreadnoks, another band or team. And so Zartan explains that he's being targeted, and he says, I don't know if it's Cobra Commander in Springfield or Serpenta Khan on Cobra Island or even Alpha 001 at Revanche. The only player who's not suspect is Destro. So then the Dreadnok says, hey, we take the offenses and hit back hard. We ain't gonna need allies to do that. Maybe we should team up with Destro, which is a little bit particularly strange to me because Destro realized that this here was a platform and a symbol from Mars, Destro's company. So why would you then team up if you are suspecting him targeting you? That doesn't make any sense. Or maybe he just knows that it's not Destro somehow and is going to team up with them anyway. So we're going to find out in the next issue, guys. I really enjoy this. And again, for a newcomer like me, it's pretty easy to follow. But I have some questions here and there that is a little bit, unknown to me. Also, going from place to place is a little bit too much info dump for my taste. It's not bad. You can easily follow it still. But, it's... I have to point it out. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video. I see you on the next one. Bye-bye.